Greetings, learners. Time to master English one word at a time. From grammar and writing to speaking with confidence. I make English simple, fun, and easy to learn for everyone. Hit the subscribe button and let's grow together in the world of words. Bye. Good day, learners. Welcome to my classroom. I am Teacher Ruth. In our last episode, we explored one of the functions of the noun phrase, which is subject complement. And we said that subject complement is when the complement is the same thing as the subject, and the subject is the same thing as the complement. In today's episode, which is episode 3, we are going to focus on the third function of the noun phrase, which is object of the verb. What is object of the verb? So, object of the verb is when the noun phrase comes immediately after a verb. Object of a verb is when the noun phrase comes immediately after a verb. Let's illustrate this definition in the following examples. Now, let's consider the example on the board following the definition of object of the verb, which states that this is when the noun phrase comes immediately after a verb. I gave the money to the best students. I gave the money to the best students. Considering the focus for today, object of the verb. What is our verb here? Our verb is gave. And look at the line. Remember your rule 1. Rule 1 says what? Pay attention to the line. The money. Let's explain, let's have the recap on how this is a noun phrase. Remember that money is a noun. Now, with the introduction of they, this is a determiner, they, and this makes this expression what? A noun phrase. Remember that I told you in episode 1 that noun phrases are introduced with determiners like a, they, and, my, and so on, etc. Remember, a, they, and, my. So, with the introduction of this determiner, they, it is what? A noun phrase. That is your grammatical name. That's how you get your grammatical name. So, the grammatical name to this expression is noun phrase, and our grammatical function will be object of the verb. Object of the verb gave. Why is it object of the verb gave? It is object of the verb gave because the noun phrase, the money, comes immediately after the verb. Well explained. Now let's consider the second example on the board, which says, my students received an award for excellence. My students received an award for excellence. What is our noun phrase there? Remember that the noun phrase is usually introduced with determiners like a, an, they, my. So, our noun phrase is an award. An award. Remember, always remember, rule 1, pay attention to the line. And considering that it is object of the verb, our verb here is received. What is a verb? A verb is an action word. So an action took place. So my students received an award for excellence. What is our grammatical name? Please permit me to abbreviate. Our grammatical name is noun phrase. Why is it a noun phrase? It's a noun phrase because the award noun is introduced with an article, an. So our grammatical function is object of the verb. Object of the verb received. And that's it. Always pay attention to the line. Look out for your noun phrase. Where is my noun phrase? Pay attention to the line. Where does it come? Does it come at the beginning of the sentence? You can consider it as subject of the verb. Is it the same thing with the complement, or the complement is the same thing with the subject? You can consider it as subject complement. Does it come immediately after the verb? It is what? Object of the verb. Pay attention to the line. When you pay attention to the line, you can never go amiss in stating your grammatical name and function. Students often ask, how do I know the subject of the verb? How do I recognize the subject of the verb? Rule 1, pay attention to the line. Rule 2, the object of the verb, which is the noun phrase, comes immediately after a verb. Pay attention to the line. It cannot be overemphasized. The object of the verb, which is the noun phrase, comes immediately after a verb. Now, consider the home fun for your personalized study. Do this by yourself, and then let me see your comments or your answers in the comment section. So you're going to give me the grammatical name and the grammatical function. Remember that our focus for today is object of the verb. So these expressions are in line with the focus for today, or the topic for today. So you give me the grammatical name and give me the grammatical function. I'll be waiting for your comments in the comment section. We have come to the end of the third episode of this lesson. In our next episode, we'll explore the fourth function of the noun phrase, which is object complement. If this episode was clearly explained, please give a thumbs up and share with friends. Thank you for attending today's class. See you in the next class. Bye, learners.